Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But let me first give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. If you could please like, share, comment, all of that good stuff, subscribe, because we learn and we grow together. With that being said, y'all, let's get started. So today we are looking at Tesla. Tesla closed at 392.21, and what I like to do is just go and mark the gathering spot. As you can see here, price is just trading for Tesla in this area. Support is around 387.75, and we have resistance around the 389.01 area. So this is our trading zone for Tesla. And where are the trouble places as of now? Going back to the upside above the 389.01, we could possibly have trouble back in this area here. Why? Because that's where price has been gathered, right at the 389.67. If we break that 389.67, we can have trouble again around 390.42, and if we should break that area, that 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart is around 391.85. Back to the upside, breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble again at 392.73. And if we break that level, that 394.18 is within reach. Now, back to the downside, and it looks like it's trying. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. On this 30-minute chart, our 5 and 50 looks like it's trying to cross down, right? So, if we lose the support at 387.75 for Tesla, we can come back to 386.99 or the 387 area. I would definitely watch that for Tesla, breaking that level, 385.46. And if we break that, 384.91, and if by chance we break that, not far away, which is the ATR trailing stop at 384.56. Now, breaking that 384.56 can bring us back to 382.85, and it's just really where, you know, 382.85, which is kind of like where these candles here are. And if we should break this area, we could very well come back to the, let's see, this is around the 381.68. So I would definitely watch the 381.68 area for Tesla. Again, y'all, I say so often in the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. Those are just, areas that we could possibly find support or possibly get rejected, right? So if by chance we come back and break under 379.19 for Tesla, we are back down in that area, which is on the daily chart. I call it the gathering spot. That's a consolidation area for the on the daily chart. So if you're trading Tesla today, those are areas that I would definitely watch. Now, we are now looking at the SPY. It seems as if we have come down, found support at this 597.72 area and bounced from there. You see our 5 and 50 crossed on this 30-minute chart, and there was some, a few layers of resistance, and we've broken through that. It looks like we closed there at 601.78, and as of right now, we're in that 599 area. So is this going to form a hanging man for us, give us a reversal candle? It has not closed yet, so we have to be careful. As of now, where are our trouble places for the SPY? This could be a bounce back to the upside, but just keep in mind, we still have trouble here and we have trouble here. So where are the trouble places? As you can see here, 599.60. We test that area and it wicked really quick. We had some sellers right there at that 599.60. If we should break that, we could very well come back to, let's say, around the 599.80 area. If we break the 599 area, 599.80, it puts us close to the 200 EMA on this 30-minute chart at the 599.92. So we definitely have to watch that for the SPY. Breaking that level, we could possibly have trouble, $600.14. And if by chance we break through that $614 today, $600.65 is within reach, and breaking that, we can come back to $600.98. Now, back to the downside, you see all of these layers of support here. So I would say in the moving averages, I use that as support. So if by chance we break under 598.98, I just remember that because we have been finding support in this area before. So under 598.98, we could very well come back to 598.68 and find a layer of support. Breaking that, we can come back to 598.29, and if we should break that, 598.04. If by chance we come back to the, break the 598.04, 598.72 was the layer of support that I had that kind of held us up here, and if we should break that level, The ATR trailing stop is at 597.40, which I have that 597.50 yesterday was a bounce. So we have to be careful is that 597.40 or 597.50. And if we should break that, we could very well come back to 597.09 or 597 even. So if you are trading this SPY today, those are areas to the upside and to the downside I would definitely watch. And it seems like I do not have NVIDIA on my chart, so I'm going to add that. So as of right now, that we're going to go and look at NVIDIA just to see where we are. 118.65 is where we closed. It's been trading sideways, y'all. You see we came up to an area where this 200 EMA, and I have the 120.24. So this area is a resistance area that, you know, we had marked. We've already come and tested this area, got rejected, but our 5 EMA as of now is our support area for NVIDIA. That 119.47 is support. Our resistance 120.17. So that's a small range as of now. So where are our trouble places? Now back to the upside, breaking above this 120.24 area, we could possibly get rejected or have trouble at 120.62. And if we break that, we have a couple of layers here. I would say above 120.87 or at 120.87, we could possibly have trouble. 120.77, 120.87, really close, right? Breaking that level, we can come back to 121.45, and if we should break that 121.75, but it looks like for some, you know, we're having trouble in this area. So let's say under the 5 EMA, under the 119.50, we could very well come back, find support here at 119.17. That's where our 20 EMA is as of now, right? So if we break this level 119.17 for NVIDIA, we can come back to 118.84 and find support, breaking that 118.53. And if we should break that 118.16, breaking that level brings us back to the ATR trailing stop. And y'all know, in my opinion, that's strong support or strong resistance, and that's around 117.96. So if you're trading NVIDIA today, those are areas that I would definitely watch, you know, as support and as resistance. I say so often, y'all, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. I do know we have Microsoft is an inside day candle for us today, and I like to give the trigger for that, meaning if we break above 413.96, we have an upside target of 415.43. So 413.96 is the trigger. If we break that, we have 415.43 as the target, which is not far from this 200 EMA right here at 415.58. So that is possible, right? As of now, it's just consolidating and trading the gathering spot. So I would say trade carefully. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 409.78, we have a downside target of 408.74. So I would definitely watch Microsoft, because guess what? It could go in either direction, because we're trading in that gathering spot in that zone now. Breaking past this 411.07 area, we could possibly have trouble again at 412.19. That's just kind of like where the body of these candles are, where we're having trouble, where we found some type of gathering. I call it the gathering spot. 412.14. If we break that level, again, we can have trouble around 413.05, breaking that 413.05, 413.96, and again at 414.86. So I would watch those levels for Microsoft. Now to the downside, under 409.78, we have 409.41, and the ATR trailing stop is at 409.09. Breaking that, we could possibly find support at 408.64 or 408.69, 408.74, around that range. So if you're trading Microsoft today, those are areas that I would watch as support and resistance. Now let's look at AMD. AMD closed at 119.50. We have come down to, let's see, we are at the 108.60 was our support area. You see we traded in this zone here. Looks like some earnings were reported here, and this was our gathering spot or our zone as of now. It's interesting that we were at the 126.05 only to get rejected, come down, find support at this 106.47. We definitely need to remember that, because that was a support place for us. Something stopped us in this area and gave us a long wick. So we definitely need to watch AMD in this area. Now, back to the upside, if by chance we try to make it back to the upside, 108.60, again at 109.91, 110.79, And again, here at 111.08, if we break that, 112.83, and if we should break that level, 114.11, which is not far from 114.44, which is this 200 EMA. Now, if we break that level, again, 115.20 is not far away. Now, AMD could very well continue declining, which will be very interesting, right? So I would say I would watch it definitely under this 108.60. If we can't get back above the 5 EMA, you know, I would watch 107.53 breaking that level back down to the 106.47. So if you're trading AMD today, it's going to be interesting. That's a nice decline from 119.50 down to the 106.47. So I say so often, y'all, trade carefully. We do have another inside day candle, which is Carnival Cruise Line, CCL. If by chance we break above the level of 27.35, we have an upside target of 27.55. To the downside, under 26.50 gives us 26.26 as a downside target. It seems like we're bouncing, trying to go back to the upside. That ATR trailing stop is right where our trigger is, so we would definitely need to break above that 27.35 to try to reach that 27.55 target. So if by chance you trade Carnival Cruise Line or CCL, it is an inside day candle. I'm going to go to the VIX just to see where we are. I normally look at the VIX and the SPY first, but today I looked at Tesla just to give it something different, right? So the VIX has been finding support at this 1678. We moved up only to come back down under this level here of 1739. Now, back to the upside above 1739, we can have trouble 1755, breaking that level, 1776, and if we should break that around the 1789 to the, let's say, 1803 area, that is including the ATR trail and stop at 1798. So we need to be careful in that area. To the downside, if by chance we, you know, lose the support of where we were at 1730, we can find support again, 1721, and the 200 EMA is around that 1714. Again, I look at the VIX because it kind of gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY. And normally when the VIX is down, the SPY is up, and when the VIX is up, the SPY is down. That is not always the case. Let me say that. Anything is possible. So we are now looking at the SPY, and it seems like, again, you know, we're back in this area of that 597.72. So we have to make sure we pay attention to that because we bounced from there. So again, that's 599.91 is the area that I will watch, y'all. So as you can see, I trade the SPY often, and you know, if you can get in at the right time and out at the right time, we definitely can make some really good moves, and having the discipline to execute that and setting your stop losses and making sure you get out when it's time to get out. Always, some people would say that mental stop loss, do you really have the discipline to get out when it's time to get out? Yeah. So y'all, this is what I see when I look at the market. There's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging sometimes is coming up with the strategy that works best for you and having that discipline to execute your plan. So again, I hope these videos are very, very helpful. Again, if you could please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.